Hello and welcome to my stream today. My name's Jason, also known as Dragon11, and today I'm back on Pokemon Violet to do a bit of shiny hunting. I had to switch to release, and today I've got three Destined Rivals boosters from the new set. It was just out on Friday, which I'm going to be cracking open and using those to determine my shiny hunt targets. So I should have about 2.5 hours for this stream. So see how many I can get out of that. What I'm going to do this time, so last time I've done it one pack at a time, but this time I'm just going to open all three of them and choose my targets from everything I open. As last time I had a bit of trouble with one of the packs, trying to find something good to shiny hunt for. And I've already looked through the list of available Pokemon for the set, and only about half of them are available and in Scarlet and Violet. And when you break it down to single evolution families and eliminate ones which, while they are available, are very difficult to hunt for, only leaves about 50 options. So there's definitely a possibility that you could get a pack with no viable options to hunt for. So just put all three packs together and see what I get from them is the plan. So first things first, to open the packs up. So I'm just going to be putting up photos of the packs. I don't have a overhead camera or anything to show them on stream. I won't be using face cam, so I'm just going to see what I get here. So take out the code card and energy. So first pack we have Steven's Boltoy, Ethan's Pseudo Widow, Arvin's Squabbit, Team Rocket's Nidoran Female, Medicham, Team Rocket's Watchtower, Shaman, Armand's Toadscruel, Team Rocket's Chingling, and Team Rocket's Mewtwo EX. I don't think it's a particularly special one, but that's probably quite a nice one to get, but not a great one for shiny hunting from, unfortunately. So that's the first pack of options. Photo of that. We'll put up on screen. Bear with me. Rough and ready start. And stupid auto rotate. Try that again. Disconnect that I have to one side. Yeah, so out of that pack, there's definitely a few that are not going to be viable, so I'll go through that in a minute. Definitely take out Mewtwo and Shaman, but I'm pretty sure a couple of the others are not available, but a few of them definitely are, so put those to one side for now. I'll be sending that over to my laptop while I do it. Okay, the opening the second pack while that's going across. So, second pack. Again, take that info card. Second pack, Impidimp. It's easy one. Weasel, another easy one. Porygon, that's actually got an outbreak event. Ethan's Pseudo Widow, that's a repeat. Marnie's Morgrem, so that's another one from the same evolution line. Team Rocket's Archer. Arvin's Toadscruel again. Smoliv, easy one. Team Rocket's Raticate. And Team Rocket's Sneasel. Sneasel was the rare in that one, which isn't that great. Just have to see. grab a photo of that pack. No legendaries or mythics in that pack, so it's slightly easier to work from. Sending over as well. So a few of these, again, I don't think can be obtained in. I think can be obtained in Scarlet and Violet. That's the trainer, which isn't one to dismiss, but got a few options here, so need something to work with. Now, as that's uploading, final pack. We have a Team of Coughing, Electabuzz, Gibble, Garmery, Spiritomb is technically available, but not a good one to hunt for. Pinsir, Barraskewda, I've shiny hunted for those before, and that's not been a good time. Team Rocket's Grimer, Judge, and Team Rocket Zapdos. So, definitely can't do the Zapdos again. But again, a few options there that I can sending over to my laptop. Zapdos and Judge can be taken out straight away. So I did do a little bit of research on this before I started today, so I made myself a quick list of options. So Pinsir is not an option. Swallow definitely is. Didn't get any fire types. Barraskewda, technically I could get a Barracuda. Well, actually I could get a Barraskewda as well. Could technically get them, but I've struggled with them before now. Weasel definitely can get. Although I think it might be a mixed spawn, because water types are a bit tricky to isolate in the game. I'll be putting these on screen while I'm going through them. So hide that for a sec, and I can start adding other images in. So, not the most experienced at doing this, but oh, too big. There's the first pack. Stick that at the top. Grab the next one. Again, just defaults to ridiculously big. Somewhere in there. I'll tidy them up in a sec. Adding a third one in. I have been fiddling with OBS the past couple of days, so maybe a few slight issues as I'm going today, but hopefully not too bad. Let's just line them up like that. Right, so those are the contents of the 3 packs to go with. Where was I? I was going through this. Electabuzz, definitely an option. That's in the terrarium, which is where I tend to start off. What's next? Psychic types. We have Baltoy is not an option, I don't think. I don't think Baltoy is in these, so that's out. Chingling, technically yes, but I won't be able to isolate it. It's the only issue. So that'll be a maybe. What have we got next? Fighting types next, or ground type cards. I don't. Gibble is definitely an option. Sudodo, yeah, that's definitely an option. That's fine. Toadscroll, that'll be fine. I can go for that or Toadscroll. And Medicham, I can go for a Meditite, which is not a problem. So a good variety of things to go for already. What have we got next? Coughing is an option. Grimer, I don't think is an option. Oh no, yes it is. Grimer is an option. Definitely an option. That's not one I've done before, but that is an option. Nidoran, not an option. I know from that. I had to shiny hunt for it in the Let's Go games. What have we got next? Sneasel, we should be fine to hunt for. It's a nice mountain one, the ice types overlapping. Morgrim and Impidimp, yes, but that will be Tag Tree Thicket or Lag Tree Thicket. Hopefully that'll be better with the new update that's coming. Spiritomb, as I already said, that's not really a viable option. Skarmory, can technically hunt for it, but I don't think I can isolate it, so that might be a little bit tricky. Where are we? Raticate, I don't think we can do. Squabbit, technically I can do, but it is in so many places, it's not isolated. And Porygon, that is definitely an option, especially if I update my game to get the current event that I believe started today with the Porygon outbreak. In fact, I might actually do that, just to make that nice and easy. So I don't think any of these others were featured in the outbreak event. So with that in mind, I think I might just start with Porygon. Where am I doing this? Yeah. Porygon. I can't remember how to crop. That's how I crop. So I might as well start with Porygon. Not the best quality image, but that'll do. So yeah, I'll start with Porygon, seeing as it's currently featured in the event. That seems like a good one to go with. So I can technically go for Squabbit, or actually Smolib afterwards. That's another normal type. So that's an option. So I can't isolate it with normal type, unfortunately. I'd have to use a grass type to isolate it. I think there are any other normal type options, but we'll see how it goes. That's first things first. I'll connect to the internet to update my event. So I believe it did start today. I'll find some Porygon. Now I do need to put a quick normal type sandwich while I'm at it. Let's just get the... There's the mass outbreak of Porygon. I can't remember what the last one was, but just disconnect the internet after doing that. Now let's see if I can find a good location for these. I want one where there's not going to be a lot of normal types around it that will be spawned a bit. That has Smeargle in it, that has others. That I feel will be too small an area. That is over water. That's in a wall. That's probably not going to be great. What other regions? Let's see what we've got in other regions. There's one over there. One in the desert. Desert might be good. There aren't many normal types in the desert. That might be a good option. The normal types in the desert. Now I might use a bitter and spicy sandwich for this, as I think I've got quite a stockpile of those. Which way am I going? Right, directly in the correct direction. Being an outbreak, this will take a really good start. Yeah, nice. And this is supposed to have a boosted shiny rate as well. Nice. Do I start the sandwich up now, or do I just go for the outbreak? Oh, I'll do the sandwich, why not? Should have enough ingredients. I'm not too sure, but just taking a bit more than I was expecting to get started. Now I need 2 tofu, 1 keto, and oh no, I'm missing yellow peppers. No, I'm just going to go with the simple one. After this, I will have to go and get some better ingredients, but let's just go with the basic salty sandwich. I've only got 6 salties left. I've got 16 and 15 of all the others. Let's go salty and sweet. That should be all I need. This sandwich. Actually, one I've been using for testing Tandem Mouse. I usually drop the bread off, but it's 1 ingredient, so it should be fine. Now, I should have half an hour from this starting to get a Porygon, so hopefully this will give me that. quite a substantially boosted chance, so it should be a boosted shiny rate from the outbreak anyhow. From the event of the outbreak, as well as the outbreak itself. My understanding anyhow, I may be wrong. Either way, the outbreak which is I'll just need to keep an eye out. Got to save before I done the summon. Oh well. Spark and tightening. Perfect. There's a chance I could. What? Right, so just going to be starting to knock these out as I go. Plenty of spawns. Spatter snuck in there. Quite looking forward to seeing what the Switch 2 will do for shiny hunting with this sort of thing, because currently we're limited to 15 spawns, I believe it is, at one time, which is why you see a fixed number, and as it knocks them out, another will spawn. But I noticed in one of the Switch 2 screenshots, in just one view like this, there was more than 20, which means they've removed that restriction, or at least raised that restriction. And if that's how many you see in one view, oh dear, there's Ruffalo. Not thought of that. Well, shouldn't be a problem if we stay close to this rock. More Pokemon spawning on the rock. So it doesn't seem to be great at continuing to attack. Sorry, there's no I think the Rufflet might be interfering with it. We get Rufflet spawning in that place. I think they're spawning on the flip as well, which is a slight oversight, but shouldn't be a massive issue. Oh wait, Rufflet. Yeah, okay, the Rufflet arm. It wasn't a bit of an issue. As long as I keep moving though, I can deal with that. After the Porygon. Yeah, so I've got my Switch 2 pre-ordered, so I actually said that the order status has been given a tracking number, so it's just waiting to be picked up by Royal Mail to ship it out. It's all been packed up and everything, so we're just waiting for it to be on its way, so that should be arriving on Thursday. So, probably playing mostly Mario Kart when it comes out. But I will want to check out the upgrades to Scarlet and Violet to see just what difference it makes to them. So if we can see 20 Pokemon in one narrow view, that should be a lot more spawns than that even. So I'm thinking we could get up to like 20 or 30, and they're spawning in the flip. That's... If we get up to like 30 or 40 even spawns at once, that is going to be crazy for shiny hunting. Unfortunately, I've already basically finished all my shiny hunts on Scarlet and Violet. It's just Tandem Mouse to get the family of 3 mouse hold. I still need to do that. Still, it looks good. So I don't know when I'll get around to testing it out, but I will definitely have to test it out at some point. I might just boot it up quickly just to see what difference it does actually make. if it does have the impact that I think it has based on those screenshots, huge. Shiny hunts are good because of the number of Pokemon that spawn at any given time as it is. If we then get even more spawning, that just increases the efficiency of shiny hunts. Especially for hard to get shinies like Mouse. That could really help with some of these shiny hunts. I'll have to wait and see, so it may have just been a coincidence that it may only be tiny Pokemon, and they may have just all spawned within that view of that screenshot. Can't really tell, but there's a shiny. See, all the boosts definitely worked, and I'm going to need... I don't need to do that. And there's the shiny. Already. Double check what moves it has and fix it. Come on, Bob. What? So I have fallen with that fallen out. Porygon at level 22. Oh no. Next to nothing. It's fine. Well, there's the first shine of the stream, so good start. Right, go one up. It's level 20. That might be why. There we go. Easy shiny. First one done. So, to use the same sandwich, could try going for Squabbit, but probably not the best. So, see what Smolivers are like. I think I'm going to get a lot of normal type. On the off chance, a good place to find it. Actually, let's see what our outbreaks are there. Okay. Mark, didn't I? Weasel outbreak. Let's go after Weasel. That's happening. Get an happening. Mocktail Munchlax. Right. Why did I not get an Annihilate? Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any of us will actually be found a trade. No other useful outbreaks from this, but I just want to go and check. Yeah, we got all the Starlies and stuff. We got Squabbits. Squabbits and Smolivers. So I could try hunting for both Squabbit and Smoliv at the same time. Might not be a bad idea. But if I don't run into them by accident. What the best fields for them are. I think it's up here that I I've had luck with them before now. Still some of the birds, but it's not be a bad shout to go for both of them. Anyway, I'm going to try and go for those. So, that. All of it was first pack and small was second, so let's just copy those. That. That's just go with that and that, and put the pair of them in this corner. Fair enough. Right. Found it. Just a quick thing. What else we can get on this longer type sandwich? But 10 minutes into the hunt, I might as well use the sandwich. Oh, yeah, we've got some beans, olives. Bird. Olives. I think I need a tree. Yeah, I think I'm just going to be roaming around here for a bit. Find some shinies. Those are a bit annoying. I'll just get rid of them. Don't go off of those. Go for Combi. 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 Good. They're fixed ones. I'm not sure if they're fixed ones or not. That might work. Anyway. We'll find out soon though. I do like it when they appear in groups like that. I've already done pretty well with the first one, but did have the outbreak to be it's going to annoy me because I can hear him constantly. Just in one ear, I kept hearing him as I was going past. The spirits are rather small, so they are not the easiest to spot. Well, small at least. With a pinkish squabbit, the black olive squabbit. Anyway, yeah, so this is probably going to be a bit more time consuming than the other one. I'm just going to use up this sandwich, and if I don't get these, then I'll move on to a different hunt, which will probably be a bit easier. But just see what I get, so I'm already doing well on the sandwiches. Right. Yeah, so looking forward to giving the upgrades a try. So I don't know when I'll actually get around to doing that, but it would be really promising for some shiny hunts. And potentially going forward with future games. We get if they use the same spawn system and shiny rate, then it could be really good for shiny hunting. I doubt ZA will use the same system, but we'll see. So ZA will probably use a similar system to Legends Arceus. We did actually get more news of ZA just last week, was it? So we now have a release date, so October 16th, with a direct coming next month now, the 22nd of July, I think it was, something like that. Might have got that wrong, but yeah, so we'll get a Pokemon Presents direct. So Pokemon Presents with some more news, so I am really hoping they start showing us more than just the town, or the city, because I still don't think the game can be just the city. Of all the stuff they're showing, we still have seen only a fraction of the number of Pokemon that we can expect from this sort of game. We've got to see more Pokemon, more varieties of Pokemon in particular. And the city just doesn't accommodate that. So I'm pretty certain we are going to have other areas, or possibly have to travel to different eras of the city where it's in different states. So when it's just like a forest before the city gets established, farms and villages and stuff. Then maybe going to the future, it's sort of ruins. Maybe even go back to an Ice Age sort of era, prehistoric, and just see the city's location through all these times. I think would be a really good way of doing it. So the tying of things to the city, so we keep the city's location, we're looking at the history of the city, that could potentially work. On my phone, running into everything as I'm pretty sure I'll spot these ones. Yeah, so hopefully we start getting some more details of other areas in ZA soon. So I think they're not showing the other areas because it might be tied to the story. They don't want to reveal too much of the story. So if we then start seeing the city at different eras, that'll give away the story. I think they're trying to avoid that. We'll see. So yeah, so still looking forward to it. It's going to be a good game. Legends Arceus was great. A lot of fun for shiny hunting, especially with the shiny jingle, which would be really useful in this situation. That's another little gimme goal, isn't it? That's why I kept hearing it. So this is actually a pretty good dual hunt for these two. It's quite an interesting guess. So, small as I would be able to isolate a lot more easily with a grass type sandwich, but because I already had the normal type sandwich up, and the only real other Pokemon spawning here is Spobbit. So we do get a few things around the place, which I actually think they're not normal types. I don't think there are normal types that spawn there, so it's just giving any Pokemon spawning outside the field. So I think you're Dark and Fire Flying, maybe? I'm not sure. I might be wrong. We're getting a decent amount of Smollies and Squabbits within the field, so I just keep moving, keep resetting the spawns. So imagine this, but with like twice the number of Pokemon spawned. Why I kept hearing them. So if we get this with like twice the spawns, this would just be so much quicker if they don't nerf the shiny at the same time. Hopefully they won't. So just the idea of it just sounds fantastic. But when they first showed the screenshots, people just didn't even pick up on that list. So I did straight away. I instantly went, wait a minute, how many Pokemon? There's a shiny. Well, 2 shinies already. So I've got the Pinky, Swabbit. That's the one there. Right, so what took on the dead one next? Oh, it's super effective. What will I do? Could have just thrown the ball at it without even moving it. Wait a minute, there is greed. I didn't get a greed, but I just got Squabbit. I was just looking at my list of possible shiny hunts. Right. What other ones have I got here? I think a Grimer I could do. What ground types do I have? Could do Gibble. So Smaller being the only grass type isn't great. So Electabuzz being the only electric type isn't great. Weasel I could technically do the outbreak, so maybe, but Barraskewda don't really want to do that. Skarmory wouldn't be isolated. Sneasel I could do, but wouldn't be great. So it would be the only. What was it? Actually, no, Sneasel I could do alongside Impudent or Morgrem. I could go Dark. I could go Poison with Grimer and Coughing. Which do I want to do? I might go Poison. Medicham would be Psychic one, which is I need to use. It's not great. Pseudo would be Rock. Chinling would be Ghost, I believe. Oh no, Chinling is Psychic, so Chinling. Wait, is Chinling Psychic? I thought it was Ghost. No, it's Psychic, of course it isn't. No, so I could technically do Meditite and Chinling as an option. Arrange what I've got here. Piles of cards beside it. So I have 4 viable options of multi-hunts from a single sandwich. So Psychic, Ground, Dark and Poison. How can I do Poison? I feel it's I can get a smaller in that time. This is the regular. There you go. So that's 2 shinies from 1 sandwich already, so that's a great start. So I am now going to go Poison type. Yeah, and stock my ingredients so I can grab some of the peppers. Some out of yellow peppers. This is actually where I will be doing the hunt. So I can do it on the town reset. So just come to the market. Perfect place to restock ingredients. What have we got? Right, tester. No. Nothing. I haven't got these three. And four of those. So just top that up. Put poison on there. Oh, I actually need extra green peppers. I've got plenty now. Onion and mosquito. They don't have regular onion. Come on in. Yeah, onions. Can't remember where you get onion from. Oh, you do some of this. You've got onion. No, dude. Right. Now I want to be up to here. I can fly that. So we can do the town reset in this spot. Just going in and out of this nice little location here. I was just wondering why I'm not seeing any grinders, but I didn't realise, oh, we've still got normal objectives. Swap them. Picnic. No. Pressing all the wrong buttons. Save. Wonder if there was somebody else sitting here, shiny. Picnic. Now, poison. Using the bitter and spicy. Right on the bush. Won't worry about the last of that sound, so we've got two shinies. Right. Onion. 2 green, 1 red, 1 yellow. And mosquito. Bitter and spicy. Gonna be a bit more of a complicated sandwich to build, so hopefully it doesn't fall apart, which is always an option. That's it. Let's drop mosquito on the bottom. Quickly on that one end. Rounded. Back in peppers. Should be fine as long as I don't screw it up. Perfect. Now, to get rid of those, primary that one. Came down and yeah. Right. Okay. Going for Team Up's Primer, so I can go for coughing afterwards. Already. Not bad. Foil grinder, so should be. No, not. Oh, because it's night time. Might have a bit of overlap. Should be nice in this spot. Nice, and plenty of spots. There's spots like this where you can really see the difference, or I'm guessing we'll see the difference really clearly with the upgrade. Just doing the edge there. Shouldn't be a problem. Not looking for a nice green one. So I'm not going to be looking at them. Oops. Isolated, but it's not far, so it should be fine. It's a little bit just going back and forth. Yeah, I have been fiddling with my audio settings on OBS. Last day or two. I noticed a couple of issues I've had with recording other things, that settings I'd overlooked. I still haven't got it completely sorted, but hoping I'm close to getting it sorted. So one of the issues was with the surround sound. Surround sound working on the game, and OBS for some reason can only handle stereo input with the settings I've got it on. So it can record surround sound, but can't stream surround sound. So I'm going to need to work out why that is, or just leave it. I may just leave it. I don't think it makes a huge difference on streams, but when I was playing other things, it was a little bit noticeable because it was just not recording the other channels of sound. So I noticed there was sound coming from behind me, but I remember hearing it behind me with the surround sound, but when I was watching it back on the recording, couldn't hear it at all. And I realised it was because it was behind me. And OBS obviously for some reason doesn't want to compress the sound into stereo properly, which is a bit annoying. So I tried changing it to surround, then tried streaming with it earlier, and it just didn't go. So that's something I'm going to have to deal with. But I'll address that more some other time. Unfortunately, there is no music right now in the game, which is a bit unfortunate. Well, it's night time, it's just a location. By the way, yeah, I have been fiddling the microphone settings as well while I was at it, so I'm hoping it's not going to pick up as much noise now. So I kept knocking the microphone, and it shouldn't pick that up now. So I've been tweaking bits like that, and I think it should have my voice a bit louder as well. So it should be a little bit easier to hear. But, it's difficult to really test it myself. So hopefully anyone watching notice a difference. Shiny, I just saw them. I think it was a shiny. Yeah, the shiny Grimer should be fairly easy to spot as it shows. This is a fairly good spot to see them. Quite a nice shiny hunt area to make use of. I haven't actually shiny hunted with Grimer on this before though. I think I've just caught Grimer on other games. Just never needed to. Anyway. Yeah, so I'll be getting my Switch 2 on Thursday when that turns up. And we'll be streaming Mario Kart, obviously, once I get that. So that'll be at least the first few streams, I imagine. Unless I get a job at the time, which we'll just have to wait and see. I do have one promising on a job, but I'll have to wait and see if I get it. But I doubt it'll be a case of start next week sort of thing, so shouldn't have to worry about it straight away. Although I still have to do the interviews and stuff for it, so they said in the listing they wouldn't be doing interviews until June, so I got my application in, so they're probably now starting to go through the applications I've received. And will hopefully contact me shortly. But anyway, yeah, with Switch 2 out on Thursday, I'll be busy sorting that on the day. I was going to be streaming Mario Kart on Wednesday, but now sort of plans with my friends have been reorganised. We're now doing that on Wednesday instead, so I'm going to be moving my Mario Kart stream to tomorrow. So I'm going to be streaming 2 days in a row. But yeah, I'll probably for that I'll finish off the last of the DLC courses and then probably do a bit of online racing, just to get a bit more warm up before Mario Kart World. So I had 2 of the cups left to do of the DLC stuff. So I might redo some of the other ones that I done last time off stream tonight, maybe, if I have time. I've got a few bits to be getting sorted. But, I may end up doing that while waiting for my Switch 2 to arrive on Thursday. But we'll see. Yeah, so 2 courses left to do, 2 cups left to do on that, and I'll online, so hopefully get some good races going on that. So I would not be surprised if there's quite a few people doing the same thing, playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe while waiting for the Switch 2 to arrive. So hopefully gets plenty of people to race against. Yeah, I'm going to have quite a busy weekend, so with this get my Switch 2 and setting all that up on Thursday. I've then got a Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering pre-release on Friday. Plus all my pre-orders. Was a bit worried that they would get cancelled because apparently supply for the set is terrible, and a lot of shops are really struggling to get stock. And my local game store, certain items they got about 10% of what they ordered. So fortunately, I got my order in straight away, so my order was top of the list and didn't get cancelled. So I should be getting my boxing bundle on Friday, just before the pre-release, which will be Friday evening. That'll be a very late night because that'll probably finish after midnight. So walking home, so I'm probably back around 2. So getting home around 2 AM in the morning. I will not be hitting an early start. I'll probably just be playing Mario Kart during the Saturday. Might be going around with friends. I have a friend coming down to play some Mario Kart, and another friend of mine is getting Switch 2 as well. Haven't actually sorted that out yet, but it's on the table. So we're assuming there are no hiccups with our pre-orders. And then Sunday I've got another pre-release. Doing a second of the pre-releases. They are actually doing pre-releases all 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. After doing the Friday one, I'm not really up for being on the bus at 10 AM the next morning to get back into doing the next. So I will typically leave the Saturday one and do the Sunday one instead. So I'd actually booked all that in before the Switch 2 release date was announced. So don't know if I would have done it differently, but it is what it is. So once I had the booking and the order and everything set up, I figured I might as well do it. So Final Fantasy looks to be an interesting set. So standard in Magic is in a bit of a funny place at the moment. So we've got a couple of very problematic cards that Wizards really need to deal with, and they're just not. So hopefully they'll do an emergency banning and get rid of some, which they should have got rid of like a month or so ago when they done the last batch of scheduled bannings, or lack of bannings, as it was. So hopefully Final Fantasy isn't too broken. There's one card I particularly want to build a deck around, which is the Tifa card. Which anyone who knows the card will probably know exactly why I want to do it. Because it's a potential swing for 20 damage with trample on turn 3, which is very powerful. Don't know how consistent it'll be, so I'll be trying to work out a build for a deck to make it more consistent. I do have a few ideas, and a few other cards that I intend to put in the deck, but I don't even know if I'll be able to build the deck yet, so this set is going to be in high demand, and I don't want to be spending too much on it, so if the cards are too expensive, I'm probably not going to bother buying them straight away, at least. So if I get like 2 or 3 in what I open at the weekend, I will probably pick up the extras I need either way. But we'll see. There's actually another card I kind of want to use as well, but in my current deck, which is the Travelling Chocobo, and I'm running a landfall ETB triggers deck. It's actually, I call it the crimes deck because I use the deserts, which ping your opponent for 1 damage whenever they come in. So I just play loads of deserts and ping my opponent continuously for 1 damage each time. But Travelling Chocobo would double that. It would cause each ability to trigger twice. So the lands will be dealing 2 damage each. Add the rock window. Hello there, Lord Wes. I have the Iridescent Blind Lash on the deck as well, which also pings 1 damage. So with the deserts currently they end up pinging for 2 each time they enter. And with the Travelling Chocobo, they'd be pinging for 4, which is rather powerful. So I'm rather looking forward to that. Plus, it gives you access to the top card of your deck to play lands from it as well. So it should make the deck a little bit more consistent. Allowing to filter out any lands from the top of the deck and get to playable cards quicker, so should be good. Still roaming back and forth here with this rival, which now halfway through the time and not got one yet, but did get rather lucky on the first damage, getting 2 shinies. So if this one doesn't pay off, then I will probably just switch to another hunt and try something different, mix it up, keep it a bit more varied. So I've already identified a few options. To be honest, I was actually aiming for 3 shinies from the stream, 1 for each pack, but I've already got 2 of the 3, so... It's Alolan Grimer. I'm not shiny hunting for Alolan Grimer today, so I'm doing it from the booster packs I opened, as you should be able to see in the corner. One of the cards I opened was a Grimer card, so I'm going for the regular Grimer. Oops. So I have got Alolan Grimer before now. So I've got quite a substantial shiny collection. So I've basically run out of... So that's a shiny, there we go. And we've got... No! I moved in... Oh, damn it. I hit the lemon cut-off range. Damn it. Oh, that was annoying. That was a shiny as well. Oh, come on. Oh, look, the music's starting. Damn it. Oh, that was unfortunate. Oh, well, keep going. Try and get another one. Oh, that was... I moved too close to the boundary and it triggered it to respawn. That was annoying. Oh well. It is what it is. Yeah, that was a faux pas. So I just moved slightly too close to the lemon boundary. I thought I had a bit more of a gap than that. I didn't. Yeah. Oh well. Keep going. But yeah, so I've got all these shiny before, so it's not a big deal. It's just a bit annoying that I do that sort of thing. So this is just a shiny hunt just for the fun of it, rather than for collection. Hopefully I get lucky again. So I could always go and search for coughing instead, which is the other poison type option I had on the list. I just thought this one would be a bit easier because of the town reset, but unfortunately the town reset worked against me today, so that's rather not. Oh well, it is what it is. Maybe resetting a little bit too quick here. We're doing it just now, isn't it? Over there. Yeah. Not the first time I failed shiny, but that's one of the more stupid ways to fail one. Only I'd saved as soon as it appeared. That way I could have reloaded and it would still been there. Would have lost the salvage, but would have got the shiny. Yeah, so the last time I was shiny hunting on the stream, still needed the Quaxley. I think it was the only other one, only other major one. I needed a third one for the living dex. But I did get that from breeding the other week, so the only thing I now have left to get in Scarlet and Violet is the family of 3 mouse holes, which is going to be a pain in the ass, to put it simply. So I've done a bit of testing, trying to find possible ways to speed it up, but nothing's really helping that much with it. I'm only shiny hunting for the card pulls today, so unless I pull the card for it, I won't be shiny hunting for it, I'm afraid. Yeah, so I had been experimenting with possible ways to make the Tandem Mouse shiny hunt a bit easier, but nothing was really working, so that's sort of on hold for now. I'm still hoping to get an event for it, like the Porygon outbreak that's about at the moment. Kind of hoping something like that will spawn 1 week, and I can use that to boost my odds, but I have to wait and see what happens with that. The upgrades that come with the Switch 2 may help as well, so more spawns, more shinies possibly, but I have to wait and see how well that works. It would just be way too quiet time because I already shiny hunted for Dudunsparce on stream, so that was quite a time consuming one as it was. So, Mousehold and Tandem Mouse would be even more tedious because they're so hard to spot. So Dunsparce was an easy one to spot. Tandem Mouse is not. So that one's going to be on hold for the time being. But I will try and get one at some point. I just don't know when. The news from ZA did give me another confirmed shiny or confirmed Pokemon available in ZA that will give me another option of the ones I still have left to get. How many do I actually still have left to get? 97, I think it is. 97 shinies left to get at the moment, excluding any that might be added in ZA, of course. And that is including all the forms of Unknown that I'm still slowly working through. So I haven't got any more lately, but I've mostly been focusing on Xenoblade Chronicles, my playthrough of that lately, so... Yeah, so I've just got the Tandem Mouse, the Mousehold in Scarlet and Violet. I have 8 shinies left to get, which I think is just all unknown in Legends Arceus. So definitely getting there with the unknowns. But the odds of actually getting ones I still need are getting slimmer and slimmer. So that's gonna, well, that already is slowing right down. So getting more and more duplicates. So I think I've had 10 duplicates now. And I think I got up to about 10 or 11 without getting any duplicates, which was rather good odds. I think I've got 17 unknown now, with 10 duplicates. So definitely slow now. But yeah, there's then. I'm guessing, based on what Pokemon were available in X and Y, if the same regional Pokemon are available in ZA, I'm guessing about 42 of the Pokemon I still need will be available in it. Only 17, I think, have been confirmed. I think Helioptile was the last one to be confirmed. I do have one Helioptile already, but now that I'm going for the living decks, I need another one. I was only going for one of each. I'm going for the full living decks now. And got left 5 minutes. Oh, this shiny was annoying. Yeah, so that leaves 44 remaining now. I think I've kept track of that properly. So not that far off completing the full shiny living decks, but working out where to get those last ones is going to be a bit of a pain. So some of those are Sword and Shield exclusives, so the only real option I have for them is breeding, and that's going to be a bit of a pain. So I could do it, but it will be time consuming. I'll most likely leave it to when I have nothing better to do, put it simply. Yeah, there's also the fossils. They're going to be a pain because I could try resetting for them, which will take a while anyhow because it's not a quick process, if I remember correctly, to get the fossils, but I have to wait and see on that. So I may look for some other way of getting them, possibly. I don't know. I'll try and work something out. There's also a few things I need to reset for on Sun and Moon still, which I just never got round to. Because I didn't really play much Sun and Moon time. I've done one playthrough and didn't really get round to doing the second or third or fourth. So I've got all 4 games and hardly played 2 of them. I think the second one I sort of got halfway through and then sort of barely started the other 2. But the other 2 I've been shiny hunting for the Ash Hat Pikachu on. So that I've still not got, and it's taking absolutely ages. I only pick it up like once a week for like an hour or so, but is rather frustrating that I still haven't got it. Oh, I'll have 2 minutes. To go and feel my opponent coughing. Well, coughing might explode now. Probably going to explode at this level. Because I believe I'll be looking for that in Kitakami, which is high level, and will probably a high enough level to make an explosion. Or self-destruct, whichever one I lose track which one is which. It's either way they blow up. They blow up and kill themselves, they damage your Pokemon. Annoying move. Chances are it will have an annoying move. Just don't know about that grind. Just went a little bit too close to the edge. Flickered out of existence as I approached it. Okay. That's the time. 44 seconds. Doesn't look like we get another shiny Grimer, so that was a bit of a fail, but it is what it is. Can't really dwell on it too much. So this is just a shiny hunt for fun, so whatever. Oh, Curly up. Someone just ended and wasn't. I think I left the area as it hit me, so it's half despawned and half. That's it. Yeah, I was on the borderline. I just crossed over, so it was despawning as it encountered. Alright, that's that sounded done. Oh well. I will not to save the ingredients. I will just restart the game. Right, so poison failed. So what one should I do next? I can do ground, psychic, or dark. I'm tempted to go for Gibble. Do like a Gibble. Now, where am I? Move that. Which one's Gibble in? Gibble is. This is the last pack. Okay. Paste. Then I rock. And enlarge. That is not a great quality image, but it is what it is. Now for this one, I actually want to head up to here because I believe there should be a good spot to get it at the bottom of the cave. I always second guess when I see Litwick because I've called it shiny so many times. I'm used to the blue flame, so seeing it with the blue flame, it's like, is that a shiny? It's like, no, I'm used to seeing the shiny. No, can't do a picking thing. I'm too close. What to do a picking thing? It's going a little way back this way. Yeah, that's nothing. Right, so for this one, I need ham. That should be a very easy one to build. Picnic and drop us over again. Now, if I'm right, there is a cave at the bottom here that I can do a rather easy shiny hunt in. We'll have to see. One of each of the peppers. No. Each of the peppers. 2 ham and berry. And the spicy. Which is standard silver pick because the picks make no difference. Just purely cosmetic. I do not see the point in it. That some ham on top. It's actually going to look more like a sandwich than most. Double ham. It's actually going to be a proper sandwich, isn't it? Oh, that's where I am. Oh, that almost fell off. Apparently the ham's quite slippery. Almost just slid off. That'll work. It should be ground type. I don't know if I'm wrong on this either. Ground. Yeah, I've mixed up my party. Just rearranged it a bit, so I reorganise the starter evolutions into the right Pokédex location. I can't remember my way down to it. All the way down. Yeah, it is. Okay, I think I might. Right. Now, if I'm right, I should go into out here. It should just auto back. Very casual, sit and wait. He is taking damage though. I put damage sword. A little bit of damage. I'm looking for a bright blue Gibble. Gabite might be a bit hard to spot, but Gibble should be more common, so shouldn't be an issue. Seems to be going pretty well, continuously fighting for now, so that's looking good. Spawns are coming back in fairly promptly. It's a bit more of a relaxed point there, so fairly laid back part of the shiny hunt. Anyway. What else has been going on, mate? Pokemon Go, I've been playing still. Got the Go Fest stuff going on at the moment around the world. Honestly, I'm not that impressed with what Niantic have been doing lately. They just don't seem to be putting the effort into the game so much anymore, which makes a lot of sense considering they're selling it. So they're selling it to a new owners, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, I don't really know. The way Niantic's been treating the game lately, I'm not too sure how much worse it can get based on how they're going, so they're being a bit money greedy, just trying to cash out on anything they can to get you to spend more money. I think it's a detriment to the game. I think it's worse off because of it. So, they're just trying to force you to spend more money and stuff. Then thinking more of money and not on the gameplay. The other week they introduced King Gambit to the game, and then the following week they done a showcase to show off the King Gambits you got. Problem is, no one in their right mind, with any common sense, would have got a King Gambit in that time, because you needed to beat a certain number of Dark or Steel type raids with it in order to make it evolve. And that would mean like 2 or 3 raids a day. You get 1 free raid pass, and doing them just to get an evolution, chances are most of them, there were hardly any Dark and Steel types around at that time. Most of them were 1-stars, which you don't really want to be spending raid passes on. If you're going to spend raid passes, you want it to be legendaries and stuff. And in my whole area, I saw only 2 people drop on showcases with King Gambit, and they must have spent quite a bit of raid passes. So they might have had some saved up, but either way, that's a waste of raid passes to do that many raids. They weren't even that common, so that there weren't. If all the raids had been Dark and Steel types, that would have been one thing, but they didn't do that. So very few were actually those types, so they would have had to have humped down those raids and done every one of them they found, basically, in order to get their King Gambit evolved, or their Bisharp evolved with King Gambit. And why? It was just stupid for the Niantic to do a showcase. It was like, were they knowingly trying to force us to do that many raids in such a short period of time? Because we didn't. So they failed, and yet they've done the showcase anyhow. It was stupid. But it is what it is. Just more and more events just seem to be going that way, where in order to actually do the event, they expect you to do far more than you're reasonably going to do. So I don't bother. They're still really pushing these Gigantamax raids, and to the point where they've actually kind of replaced the Shadow raids with Gigantamax raids, both of which were terrible features that they tried to force into the game. They didn't work, they weren't needed. There were so much better ways they could have implemented them. And they're just trying to force them through just to make a bit of money out of them. Just because you have to pay more to do them, basically. That's what it boils down to. You don't really, but you can do it for free. But they're trying to get people to do more of them in a short period of time, which then does require you to spend money on that. But they're just getting so greedy with it, and the game is suffering. So I've noticed names disappearing from gyms that were regulars that are now not showing up anymore. Because people are just getting bored of the game, because there's just the gameplay is losing to the fees, basically. So I still play it each day, but it's not what it was. So many of the events just seem half-assed and not thought through. And one thing that I noticed was that they didn't even think to add the heart trim Furfrou back into the game for Valentine's Day event this year. They done the Valentine's Day event, didn't add heart trim Furfrou into it. I think they just forgot. But I noticed that because I wanted to change the form of one of my shinies to a heart trim. To have a heart trim shiny. But I couldn't. I was going to use that as a placeholder for my shiny decks. Change the form and then transfer it to Pokemon Home. Placeholder. That did well. So, actually good. Plus we're getting ZA and everything now, so we should be able to get quite easily on that. So. But I did notice it in particular that wasn't much. They're just missing things that they should be doing. Doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Just seems to be how the game's going at the moment. Okay. You never know, it might just be because the sort of main team is busy focused on GoFest stuff, and the sort of secondary team that's taken over the everyday running of it in the meantime just isn't up to snuff, and it's like, maybe. We'll also have to see what happens when the new company takes it over. So will they have the sort of main team that know what they're doing running it, or will it be the sort of secondary team that don't? Could be rocky times ahead for Pokemon Go going forward. It is what it is. So Pikmin Bloom's also going over to the other company. I play Pikmin Bloom. Pikmin Bloom isn't as money hungry if you play enough, so you can just pay to get everything essentially, but I don't. I'm treating it as very much a free-to-play game for the most part. I think I just put some money into it when it started. But, so I'll have to see what happens when it gets taken over. So right now. Different with Gabite. Would I notice Gabite? That's quite a bold blue as well, so it's Garchomp that's the issue with the shiny. So given Gabite I should notice they spawn here. But we're certainly cracking through quite a few of them. And I'm basically doing nothing, I'm just sort of waiting for a shiny to spawn. Which is a bit hit and miss, and probably isn't most interesting, but it might get there. What have I actually got from these packs yet? But if I've got one from... okay, the first pack I don't have anything from. No, yes I do, I got the Swabbit from the first pack. So pack 1 I've got Swabbit from. Pack 2... Pack 2 I don't... Oh no, pack 2 I got Porygon from. So this would be pack 3. So if I get this, then that'll be one shiny from each pack. Which will be great. So annoying about the Grimer. Grimer would also have been one from each. But that was just a silly mistake. Otherwise it's no place for them. They're on a good track, so what else could I go for from that? I could just go back to Prime Rock and could try Electabuzz, could try Starmie. Starmie, I can isolate. Not going to try Parascooter. That was painful when I've done that before. I'm going to use an outbreak for it if I'm correct. Run out of patience. So how long that is going for without any input from me is pretty impressive. In fact, I might just leave this running and quickly pop the lead, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to pop it up and I will leave this to keep fighting, which looks like he's doing well on, so hopefully I'll come back and find a shiny, so I'll be back in a sec. I guess he ran out of steam or found a shiny which has since despawned, which will be annoying if that's the case. Hopefully it's the former, not the latter. So, trying to despawn when I wasn't here, that's going to be annoying. That would be 2 failed shinies. No. I'm hoping you just run out of steam and just came back from it. Yeah, this is probably not the most interesting shiny hunt, but if it works, it works. Oh, well, 11 minutes. This may just fail. which will be unfortunate. What else would I do? Even on the side books. I might try the dark types next. So Sneasel first, although I have a bit of a history of Sneasel and always seem to get Sneasel. It's such an obvious shiny, I end up spotting it whenever it spawns, and I just seem to get it a lot. I probably don't get it that much more than some other Pokemon, but it feels like I get it a lot. Probably just because it is so noticeable. But being easy to spot, probably make it a good one to shiny hunt for on the mountain, so that may be what I go for next. So I'm wondering if he just got to the back of the room while I was gone and just ran out of things nearby, which looks like what's happening now. Just remember to go back. No, we just got unlucky when I was gone. Yeah, so I've been playing Destined Rivals 3 a lot lately. Done like fade through that. Been doing it a bit more off stream, so I managed to do a bit more grinding as well, but I found a way to leave it running automatically to farm items and stuff. So I've got most things powered up, and I managed to beat all the world boss type enemies. So I'm basically done on that now. Okay. Message it. Apparently my bot did not pick up, so he is just finding the rules underneath that. As long as there's a shiny pin in the wall, that's it. Which is unusual. Oh, okay. Oh, there's nothing out of bounds here. Wondering over there. Thank you. Going and kind of shiny. So I'm pretty much done on Zenbei Chronicles 3 as far as I'm concerned now, so all the post-game stuff. Story did make a bit more sense once. As I said, there was a couple of bits of the ending that didn't seem to fit right, but turns out there was more info that was given in the post game, or comments that were made in the post game that weren't made in the main story, which made a bit more sense. So basically, when the origin system is shut down, it needs to restart. It's what the whole thing was. So in order to get the world moving again, they had to restart the system. Rather than having it stuck in the Endless now. And restarting the origin system caused the two worlds to separate again. So that they could then be recombined. Just me, or does there something less spawned right now? I think all stuff spawned outside. All the way up there. Should be spawns a little further this way. Somebody's too far. There are a lot less spawning right now. What is here? Is it just because they can't spawn quick enough to keep up with them? What, am I just breaking the game? Did I just mess it up, or did he just detect something? Outside the bound. Maybe to get stuck on. It's possible stuff spawning above the ground. This one looks like it's an unsuccessful hunt, unfortunately. It'd be nice to get a simple one like this. Just idle doing, but doesn't always work that way. So it looks like I have time for one more sandwich, so guess Dragon's work the way to go. Still want to get one more shiny. Lot. Light one from each pack, so I'd be tempted to go back to poison, but you get rather lucky with the two from the first sandwich. I might just switch to dark instead, so Sneasel to get a nice easy one. Sneasel is technically a rare of the cards, so that'll be a fitting one. So the other two rares I could even hunt for, so it's Zapdos and Mewtwo. So, Mewtwo is a 2-star rare. Really don't keep track of the rare snippets anymore. Yeah, I've got this rare. Another full rares. Right. I might go for Sneasel next. I'll reset once this is done. still annoying about the grime. Never know, I might get the Sneasel straight away, move on to Instinct, get that straight away, and then be good to go, but might go back to Poison then, but still just kick himself from that stupid despawn. Some still seems to be going, so until it ends there's still a chance. I've had a shiny spawn with 30 seconds left on a sandwich before now, so still just seeing people spawn, so sandwich is still up. Right. I'm glad they don't attack me when they're just standing like that. That is rather worrying when they just stand there and just stare at me. What's he doing? He just stopped. There was one stuck in the rock. Oh, no, there's a clapper. That'll be the sandwich over. Yeah, we've got other soft spawn. That's the sandwich done. Right, reset that. Okay, gonna go for the Sneasel. Right. Where am I going? To the mountain. That's usually a good spot. And what sandwich do I want to use? I don't think I'm using the bitter and spicy sandwiches, and it's not as good luck. Anyway, looks like this might be a fairly simple sandwich to build again. Save. Crack out the picnic. That should give me about half an hour left. So probably be the last sandwich I do. If I get this done quick enough, I might go back to the poison one to try and redeem myself with that stupid fibre. Okay, 1, 2, 3 peppers. No, every time I do that, it just double jumps. Well, this is much better. And then Scripto again. Put it spicy. A bit of a pick. Almost even. This is probably going to be very risky, the way I'm stacking this. We'll see. pushing the mosquito through the box. Oh, which? Little one. Done. There we go. Ta-da! What a masterpiece. Oh, well done, that's right. Target. Copy. Nope. Uh-huh. There we go. Sneasel is the target. I think this should just give us loads of them, I think. A shiny straight away. Well, that was quick. So, me and Sneasel have a history. That's a thing. That's. I didn't even bother saving that. So. Well, that's that done. That's fine, I'll be flashing into it. Oh, I said about catching it quick. Now it's just not going to catch, but fortunately, it does work on me. Burn the ball, please. Thank you. See, if you ask nicely. Right, Sneasel, caught. How far into the sun is that? Less than 2 minutes stand there, just yeah. Right, while they're attacking it, I'm going to quickly find the. Get rid of that already, because that was ridiculously quick. They were both in the same pack. Yeah. So. Nope. Didn't do that. Okay. Right. So if I do actually see what I'm doing right now, it should work. Did that actually work or not? Oh. That's what I know. Try that. Okay. We had 3 seconds. Because it's just fast for a shiny hunt. If I get one of these quick as well, that's insane. So, as I said, me and Sneasel have a history. that's that done. Let's Sneasel off the list. And got a quick save on here. Oops, I'm not putting it in. Okay, no, good. just to confirm. Got all these lined up, just got the one supposed to look on mid 3. All the rest of my exclusive Pokemon. Yeah, so quite the collection. Got back to. Are you kidding me? No, that's not shiny. I saw pink. I saw pink, and I was thinking, I'm looking for the blue one. Okay, I almost gave myself out there. Okay, that was a few. Okay. This has been. Wait. Okay, I'm just going to these out. That's great. Oh no, they're over here as well. Both in the wrong place. I have probably got the wrong place because I was watching that light in. What am I thinking? Over. Is this the area I wanted? This might be the area I wanted. So usually when you do the fairy summons you get Mimikyu here as well. But, so now, right. That's a problem. Now I do know that Impediment can be found in one other place, which may be better. I thought Dark would be fine for this, but guessing not. This corner might be fine. This corner might be the way to go. Although I do need to do circles and they're just spawning in the middle. So. There we go. What's a change of area? And I just go back and forth to spawn these in and out. This might work. And I get a shiny straight away! Okay. Well, I think I'm going back to the poison types. What do you know? Dark types are easy to hunt for. that was ridiculously easy. Okay. I could technically go for more as well, but I don't really see the point. So. Yeah. I really hope it doesn't have any self-harm. I'm thinking Memento. It's fine, I've got it. Anyway, I think that'll do for dark types. Now, do I go back to poison types? So, I'm not really feeling the psychic types. That's the only other options. So ground or poison, basically my options now. And that was less than 10 minutes, so I could probably just crack a fresh damage and go back to shiny hunting as I was before. However, I think I will not go for Grimer again. May do if I get Yellow. I'll go for Coughing first. And if I'm right, Coughing can be found in Infernal Pass. Yes, I did do my homework before doing this shiny. So I'm going to lose the rest of the sandwich, but who cares? I've just got 2 shinies from it in less than 10 minutes. Chances are I'm not going to get any more shinies now, because probably used up shiny ones. That would have been funny if a shiny Pandora just spawned right here. Oh, yeah. Now, back to the poison sandwich. Because the 2 green peppers, onion, the other regulars. So, going well. Onion, green, red, yellow, and mosquito. With bitter and spicy. Throw a salt pick. That one. Right to go the wrong button. Yeah. Bear with me. Okay. I'm doing this a bit quick, and I don't mess up. So I'm realising I am doing this wrong. Hey, out. Done. I just caught. Oh, okay. Sort of really colour the purple clouds. So should be an easy spot again. So hopefully go for the ball, some more shinies. Max. Would have been fine if I hadn't messed up like that. So. If I'm right, I should be seeing a lot of coffins. There we go. Coffins galore. No, there aren't any. Just the generic ones. That's fine. Roaming up and down here. Unfortunately, these don't seem to spawn in large groups. Come around and find out. Fixed one. Fixed one should get rid of it now. So I think this whole path should be full of pockets. So it's not the town reset like the other one. Blindness. So a bit scattered around, which is the only issue. Should still be able to spot them, right? Terrace on it. This plateau would be a good spot there. All spawning up there with me rather than around the place. If we just do a loop around the edge, if that spawn at the bottom, that would work quite nicely. This one might be a bit more of a spot. Over a bit more. I just realised I have not put my house spell on. Focusing on the screen now is mildly uncomfortable. So looking at these to spot through the clouds. This area is rather neutral colours for it, so it's not the best compared to other Pokemon, but you could just do a sandwich race, to be honest. Somewhere like this might not be bad for a sandwich race. I'll pick me reset. I always call it sandwich. Don't know why, I just always get on hand for calling it a sandwich reset rather than a picnic reset. Well, there's picnic reset. Isn't a bad shout. But I think it has to be quick just to keep moving. Or just needs to keep moving. I've already done the gibble stick on one spot. And the grind hunt where I was just town resetting. Dragon Spike. You're not a poison type, you're a psychic type. Yeah, we can see where the edgy area is. It's right here. And you might just want to come up to this rock and then stop. So spawn up here with you. Might make it good for a second reset. Picnic reset. Literally just saying about calling it the wrong thing, I call it the wrong thing again. I don't know why the random hand doom and down spawn. There's one of each one, it's just. What is this spot? Seems good. Pretty sure. I still can't believe how quickly I found those two dark types. Let's just go as fast as the bridge. So this could take time. They're all spawning along that path this way. Shiny coffin. Shiny coffin. Well, that's 5. I think I'm going back to Grimer then. Do not think about the move. Not the move. Oh dear. 65. Hit those. Oh god! Hit those Memento and Explosion. I just want to throw a ball at it. I get swings. Could use Destiny Bomb. It could use Belch. I did just save, so I should be fine. I'm just going to throw a ball. See what happens. Critical catch, perfect. There we go. Well, there's another shiny for the collection. Well, guess I'm going back to coughing now. Or was it? Not coughing, Grimer. I'm going to redeem myself with the end of the stream. Try and get one more. It's coughing court. So what's this? 5 shinies now? Yeah, it's 5 shinies. And we want to go right, not that, right, back to Paldea. And up to Porto Mining Harbour. So that was a good spot, and it did get the shiny, I just failed to catch it before. Which is completely my fault. But yeah, so I'll just finish off today's stream, trying to redeem myself with this grinder. That's a greatly productive stream. How long have I got left on the sandwich? 20 minutes. See, this bit doesn't quite work. Come back here and I have to clip through the area. Exactly like before. Do the same spot again. Hope I don't screw up. And I'm pretty sure I have actually done that before now on a shiny hunt. Lost a shiny when I clipped the edge of the boundary area. Actually, I lost one shiny because it spawned and then walked across the boundary. So in order to get to it, I just ran straight for it and hit the boundary line. That's something I done one time. That was a bit of a silly on my part. But yeah, so guessing leaving it with a fairly chill. I guess this is kind of like my version of like fishing, something like that. You just sort of cast a lure out and just wait and see if anything bites. And that's just, I guess that's the same kind of thing that shiny hunting is for me. But very underneath the tree. I do say about I sort of like the idea of fishing, but sitting out and just waiting, I mean, it's fine, but I'd want something to do while I'm doing it at the same time. With this, I am sort of actively doing other stuff, so I can just sort of leave it running. Like even when I was doing the gibble earlier, I can just sort of leave it running. And quite often when I shiny hunt, I'd have like someone else's stream on in the background, be watching that. But I do like the idea of fishing. I used to go crabbing when I was younger quite a bit. My family would take us to somewhere that's good for crabs. Just get a crabbing line, touch a bit of bacon to it, and good. I quite often find family holidays for companies rather boring, just walking around, not doing much. Kind of restricted as to what we could actually do with him, so we just sort of take him for walks each day. I got really bored of that. Since I had nothing to do, I was just sort of wandering around, just looking at the same things basically. And so one day on each of our holidays, we'd go crabbing, and Mum would take my brother off sort of into town, so do a bit of shopping, that sort of thing, just keep him entertained. And then me and my dad would sit on a sort of seawall or pier or something like that, just do a bit of crabbing. I never liked touching the crabs though. I think I tried to touch one once and it just pinched me, and I just didn't like it. I like just being able to knock them off into a bucket. Just sort of lift them up, drop them into the bucket, and done. Or grab the net, take them out of the net. But grabbing them directly, I just couldn't do. And I imagine fishing, I'd probably be the same. I probably could do it, but I wouldn't feel comfortable. I've always been sort of that way with animals, so I don't want to hurt them, I guess it is. It's like, it's not that I find it sort of gross or anything, it's just I don't want to hurt them. I'm afraid I would hurt them if I handled them wrong. So being allergic to animals, I haven't really had that many direct interactions with animals, so I tend to keep my distance. So how to actually handle them, I'm not that familiar with. Probably same with babies. So when my brother was a baby, he was in the hospital for God knows how long. So I never really interacted with him as a baby. And my aunt came round more than a couple of years back now, in school. But when my cousin was a little baby, she handed him to me to hold, and I just was so awkward. I just did not know what to do. So other younger cousins I've never really held or anything, and I'd sort of play with them in their chair, or if they're sort of laying on a bed or a pillow or something, I'd just play them in place, but I wouldn't actually pick them up. And I think that's kind of the same thing. I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to hurt them. But I imagine I'd be the same with fishing. But so this is some sort of vibe, I guess, to fishing. So it's a waiting game. It's fairly laid back, peaceful. You can just chill out. So I quite often have other things going at the same time. I can just relax while doing it. And I guess fishing is the same thing. My parents watch the Gone Fishing series, and I've seen a bit of it. It seems like a good watch, but I'm not too sure how I'd actually get on with fishing itself. With crabbing, it didn't take long. You could quite quickly catch crabs. That sounded wrong, but on your crabbing line, crabbing string, whatever you call it. So it didn't take that long. You sort of fairly active activity. With fishing, it's a bit slower. So when you see them on TV, you sort of see them when they catch something. You don't see all the waiting around so much, which I would need something to do in that time if it's just sitting there. I like the idea. I think this is basically my equipment. I know one of my cousins was into fishing quite a bit at one point. Quite often go always fishing stuff with go to a local river or something like that and just try to catch something. Don't know if he caught much because I don't know how many fish are in the river, but that was his way of sort of getting away from it all, chilling out. This is mine. So shiny hunting for several years now has just been my way of relaxing. Just chilling out. And we've got the shiny driver. That's the redemption. That is the redemption. Save this time. That is done. And that's actually half 5, so that's a pretty good time. So not bad. So much point going for anything else now? I don't know if he could try a Toadstool, but unlikely to get one at this point. No other poison types. I might just go see what's going on up by Toadstool just to see if I can get one, but wait, how long have I got on the sandwich? 12 minutes. Probably a long shot, but why not just run out the rest of the sandwich? Look, Toadstool. Go here. That's this area in general, so Toadstool and Toadstool, but I don't think they're isolated in this area. I think there's other. Fungus and Amorphous, that's what else spawns here. So, yeah, it's looking likely that this will not be viable. Am I remembering Toadstool and Toadstool right? They are ground poison, aren't they? Have I got that wrong? Right, remember? The ground grass. I've misremembered that. Well, what do I want to go for then? Others are quickly options with a poison sandwich. So Nidoran isn't an option. So any other poison type opened? Well, do I just go for? I don't know. Always try the Weasel outbreak, but that's not really using the sandwich, and I'm basically done on timers anyhow. So I think I've done a fairly good job here. It's not survival. That would really be in the spirit of what I'm doing here, isn't it? Well, I'm just going to go back to coughing. Use up the rest of it on coughing. I'll basically finish with grinds already. That's over. Now the coughing again, just to end the stream on. If I get another coughing, I will go back and go for primer again. Interesting. Yeah, nice work. Houndour and Houndour. Only daytime. Daytime spawns. Good. Not bad. Why not pick up some items while I'm at it? Save now. Right, so that's 6 shinies, I think it is. Out of 3 booster packs. Which is not bad at all. How is it from each? So I've got Coughing and Grimer from that one. Impudent from Porygon. And Sneasel from one pack. Got 3 from one pack. And then the other pack I only got 1 from. But that didn't have as many options. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of them weren't. Well, 5 technically weren't on the time. 5 options to go for. Most of them, yeah, great. Alright, see if we get one more. Just get out of it. Grab some items on there. Why not? Yeah, so this has been quite a successful booster pack shiny hunt. So 6 shinies from 3 booster packs. It's pretty good. So technically would have been 7 if I hadn't messed up the coughing. The primer earlier. Coughing. Technically would have had 2 grams. It may have even got a coughing as well out of it if I come over here when I failed the Grimer. Not failed. But I saw the shiny. Not shiny Pokemon, but shiny. It's not the best choice of Pokemon to use for that sort of thing. Sparkly. Sparkly. Let's go with Sparkle. I'm sure this. Oh, sure, I scripted. Saw the sparkle on the ground. Went for it. Yeah, so fairly productive stream today. So I'll be back streaming again tomorrow with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, off the 150cc of the booster pass courses, cups. I never got the name. I never liked the name booster pass. I just call it DLC. But yeah, so I'll finish off the last 2 of them and just do some random online races to finish off. Assuming it goes smoothly, so I start having issues with it, I may just go back to redoing some of the cups that I didn't get 3 stars on. But I might do something tonight, may not, so see what happens. Where's the pound now? Yeah, I just missed it before, it's so small. Small, I think. yeah, back with America Agents tomorrow. Then going with my friends on Wednesday, so I won't be streaming then. Hopefully a little bit off. And then have the Switch 2 on Thursday, so I'll be busy on that on Thursday. And then, yeah, so Friday and Sunday I've got Magic the Gathering pre-releases for the Final Fantasy set. Saturday I may be doing something with a friend of mine. If not, I'll be playing Mario Kart anyway. So I'll be playing Mario Kart with him or doing Mario Kart by myself. And then, as long as there's no issues with my Switch 2, no issues with the Switch 2, I should be back streaming on Monday playing Mario Kart World. So, don't know exactly what I'll be doing on that yet. So I'll see what I get done playing solo over the weekend. So I may jump straight into online, I may not. I'll have to see. So I'll probably want to at least start to learn the courses before I jump into online, ideally. So I tend to do the cuts first, but with the DLC ones, the booster cuts, I just never really got to them. So I think they were a bit late in the lifespan for the game. So I've just sort of done them in drips and drabs too much. It wasn't enough sort of fully new stuff at any one time to warrant getting back into it properly. But Mario Kart World doesn't look like it will have that trouble because it seems to be everything included from the start, so that's fine. Yeah, so looking forward to all that. So I'll probably boot up Pokemon on the Switch 2 at some point just to compare the spawns. Because, say, like in areas like this, I'm sort of having to go a little bit slow because not enough is spawning and it's all sort of behind me. I have to wait for the ones behind me to despawn before stuff spawns in front of me. But if there's more spawns, they should be sort of spawning all around me at once, which should be better. I'm really looking forward to seeing if it is how I think it is. That should be really fun. So, less than a minute. Okay. I'm gonna get one more shiny clothing. Not that I need it. So 6 shinies. Good progress. So I think last time I got 3 or 4 from the booster pack hunt like this, but I had not planned for that at all. I did not have good options in one of the packs and kind of got stuck on it, and that just helped me out last time. This one's gone a lot smoother. So twice I got shinies fairly quickly in a sandwich. And technically got 2 poison types, but failed on 1, which looks like it might be done. Yeah, that's still spawning. Well, that's that done. So, let's leave it. Just can't get overhang point. Oh, chilling. That was an option I could have gone for. I've gone for psychic types. But yeah, let's just save that. So 6 shinies there. So let's see if I can pull up the cards on screen. That's where the final sort of rundown. What we got? We have that one just got Squabbit, so go with that. This one got 3 things. I need to do copies of this. So we have nope, I'm not impressed. Impident, Porygon, and Sneasel. We are somewhere on that. Not the tidiest way of doing this, but it is what it is. Getting that. I'm getting there. And then we just need the primer from this last one. I've not done this in a sensible way. Oh. What have you got? Right, there we go. So, those ones I got. 6 shinies. All there. Do a little few of them underneath. Something like that. Not the right order, but there you go. There you have it. 6 shinies, 6 cards, 3 boosters, sorted. Well, anyway, with that, so actually I should probably play the Pokemon. Shiny Porygon, shiny Squabbit, shiny Sneasel, shiny Impidimp, shiny Coughing, and shiny Grimer. Yeah, completely wrong order on the screen, but whatever. Don't really care. So, thanks for watching. So I don't know when I'll be shiny hunting Pokemon again. If they do a Tandemaus event, I might do that. I might stream that. Next set release, might do that as well. Might do another shiny hunt like this. Have to wait and see. So for the time being, I'm probably going to be streaming mostly Mario Kart. So feel free to tune into that. So all my VODs go up on YouTube. So you can follow me there to see all my past videos. There should be a link in the description if you're watching this on Twitch. Oh, it'll be in my profile if you're watching this on Twitch. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check out my Twitch. There'll also be a link in the description. That's the way around I went to say it. But yeah, so I should get this uploaded this evening. Yeah, so I'll be back again tomorrow, probably about the same time, with Mario Kart. I may have another fiddle with my audio settings to try and figure that out, because I don't know why it won't let me stream with Surround Sound. But whatever. Anyway, so Mario Kart tomorrow, Switch 2 next week, Mario Kart World. So should be Monday and Wednesday again next week, unless circumstances change, which we'll have to wait and see. I doubt it'll be anything sudden. I'll probably have some notice, so I'll say if it's going to be changing. But until then, thanks for watching,